guys, what is up? Good morning, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Welcome to Tiffmas. One of you guys reached out to me on Instagram and was like, hey, you actually reached out to me in like November and were like, can you do a makeup tutorial? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I forgot, and I'm so sorry about that. So huge shout out to you, Olivia. Thank you for messaging me again and being like, so are you gonna do the tutorial? Because, you know. But yeah, I got you, girl, don't worry about it. And I do also want to say, if you guys send me a message on Instagram or TikTok and I don't see them, I am so sorry. I get tons of messages daily and it is so hard to keep up with all of them. I try to go through my messages a couple times a day to reach out and reach back to as many people as I can, but I'm only one person. The colors Olivia wanted me to do were tan, brown, and gold. So that is what we're working with. The palettes that I will be using today are both by Morphe, because you guys know I'm obsessed. The Fierce by Nature 3503 and the Fall into Frost 35F palette. So I will be using these two for my eyes and we're gonna get right into it. The first thing I'm actually gonna do is moisturize my face. That's usually always the first thing that I do. Right now, I use the CeraVe Diabetics Dry Skin. However, I'm pretty sure I can try something else. I might just try like the regular CeraVe, get a small bottle and try that. So if you want to prime your eyes, go ahead. This would actually be the step where I would suggest priming your eyes, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to take the Morphe M573 brush and I'm going to dip it into a very light color, which is going to be this like light tan color here. And I always shake the excess. And I'm going to bring it up here. And I'm holding it at the edge of the brush, just because I want it to be very light. So I bring the lightest color usually up to my eyebrow bone, always. And that's just how I prefer it. So I'm actually gonna take a little bit of this it's almost like a peach tan. It's very, very light. And I'm gonna like almost go into my eyebrow, but I'm very, very gently just putting a little bit in at the top here. I'm almost using it as like a highlighter. Listen to me talking about the stuff like I know what I'm doing. I am not a makeup artist, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. Okay, so I'm gonna take a very, very, very fluffy brush. And I have one of these, like, it's called a makeup eraser. I got this from the dollar store, and I always take my brushes and I lightly do this on them because you should clean them more than I do. And I'm gonna take the M447. This is a super fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go into this brown color. This like dark brown right here. I'm gonna tap it nice and I'm gonna bring this into the corner of my eye and bring it out. And just start going in motions. It will always be Christmas in my heart, but this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand you let me. So there's that, and I have pretty hooded eyes, so I'm working with that. And then I'm gonna take this kind of like glittery like brown, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of that like over and just kind of come over with that, start to blend that out and kind of bring this all up as well. And I'm still holding it by the end of the brush because I'm not trying to make my eyes look like I've been punched. So that's gonna be it for this palette. So then when I do glitter, I like to take like a pretty small brush and I like to really pack it in there. So now I'm gonna take the Morphe M321 and I'm taking the Fall into Frost 35F palette, and I'm gonna take this really nice gold and see how it like packs onto the brush. So from there, I'm just gonna close my eye and I'm just gonna lightly pack it on. And whenever I do glitter like this, I don't shake the excess off. This is a very serious makeup tutorial. And then I like to take a small little fluffy brush. This is just a brush that I got, a cheap little brush. I'm not going to use like a super expensive one. And I'm just going to my edges and just make sure that it's super blended, because nobody likes harsh lines. And there you have it. So that is pretty much my eyes done. There is a couple more things that I want to do to my eyes that involve these two brushes. However, that is going to be the like almost last thing that I do. Next thing we are going to do is primer. So my favorite primer right now is the NYX Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer. Every product that I use down below will be linked if you guys are interested. So this is just the primer that I use. I love this stuff. I also use this and the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So then, my favorite foundation of all time right now is the L'Oreal Infallible Foundation. Look, I don't use super unaffordable products. It's just not me. And I'm still a beginner at makeup. So I'm not even gonna lie to you guys and act like I'm this professional or whatever at makeup. I am not. I usually use about 2.5 pumps. I just squirted 3 because I think I'm feeling ambitious today. So I put that shit all over my face and I just put it everywhere. So I've seen people use like brushes and stuff to put on foundation. I actually used to use a brush. And I don't know, I just don't like to anymore. I just feel like it comes out better. I used to have like really cakey foundation. And like I've been doing my makeup like this for like a year. And I still don't think I'm very good at it. But my foundation used to be so cakey. I used to put powder all over my face because I thought that's what you were supposed to do. I still do powder. I just don't do it to the extent that I did. I learned how to use it, I learned what it's for, and I don't use it every single day. What's going on today on my under eyes? Apparently I got bags today. Okay, so now that we got our foundation done, the next thing I always do is my bronzer or contour or whatever. So I always use the Physicians Formula Butter Collection, X Casey Holmes. This is my favorite collection. So I will actually be using this whole collection today. Not sponsored, this is not an ad, whatever. I'm just going to use it for the sake of this video. So I do my bronzer, concealer, blush, and then highlighter in that order always. So like this is how much I actually use this stuff. I'm hitting the pan. So I always use this brush thingy, sponge thing that I got from the Dollar Tree. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm going to do when I have to throw it out because I don't know how to put my bronzer on any other way. This is just how I've always done it. Ooh, that was a lot. It's okay, we'll work with it. I don't want to go like too heavy today because I'm really pale because your girl lives in Ohio, first of all, and well, you know, I stay inside, so I'm pale. But you know, I'm also Puerto Rican, so I gotta have a little bit of a tan. So I always take one of these angled brushes and I just work that shit, you know, give myself a little tan, because I don't tan. I have tanning lotion, like I bought tanning lotion that I still haven't used. I'm scared of tanning beds. If you guys didn't know this, I have a weird phobia of tanning beds because of Final Destination. So when I was younger, I watched the movie Final Destination, right? And that scene where they get stuck in the tanning bed and they, you know, that scared me for life. I don't even know if I'll be able to ever go into a tanning bed. And maybe that's something I should talk to my therapist about. Not that I need to tan, like that's not something that, it's not a necessity. And maybe my weight is something that has also been like a really big, you know, scare for me, because I was also scared of like breaking the glass and obviously stuff like that. But like, no, I'm scared of getting stuck in a tanning bed. That's like a weird fear, okay? That movie scared me. I was scared of staple guns too because of that movie. Anytime my dad would have his staple gun out, like you guys know the one I'm talking about right here. I think they're called staple guns. Nail guns, I think they're called actually. Anytime my dad would be working outside and he had one of those, like I would go away. Like, I don't know if he ever noticed that, but I would just like, I did not like those things. It's a no for me, dog. So I always take a little blender and blend this part into my nose. It's weird because I'm starting to be able to do this now. Before, you know, I lost weight, I really wasn't able to blend too much into my neckline that I'm starting to get. So that's nice. So I always use the hydrating camo concealer, by the way. This is my favorite. By e.l.f. Every other concealer that I've tried has dried out my skin in 10 seconds. I don't know why. It's just rude in my opinion. It is what it is. So we're just trying to cancel out that very dark tint that I had going on there. And now I look like Larry the Lobster. Like I'm going to the beach or something. Look, I told you guys, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to go back over that with freaking... Okay, there. Stop being rude, jeez. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, so then I just take my beauty blender and I put my concealer on. After this, you can do powder. I would do powder if it was muggy outside. However, I'm not leaving. I'm literally doing my makeup to make a video and a couple TikToks. Like, that's it. I don't go many places anymore, as I'm sure you don't either, so at this point, makeup is just for fun. So now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and add some life back into my face and go in with this blush. I always pat it in right there. And I, for some reason, always put it right here too. Alright, so now my favorite part of makeup, which is this freaking highlighter. It's so... I don't even know what this brush is called. All I know is I use it. I put it right there on my cheekbone. It will always be Christmas in my heart, but this year So then I'm also going to take this little bitty brush and I'm going to take that same highlighter and I'm going to go in the corners of my eyes and I'm going to brush it up into and out of. Now, this was something that I used to do before I was into makeup. So like I used to take white and I used to put it in the corner of my eyes like this. Like before it was even a thing. I was ahead of my time. But I'm gonna take my favorite eyeliner, which is the Avon waterproof eyeliner. Look, if you guys can recommend me a different one that's not a multi-level marketing one and that doesn't smudge, I would greatly appreciate it, because this one is the one that I can't seem to get away from. And I don't like multi-level marketings, okay? But this is the only one that works for my eyes, I guess. And I don't like to do like winged eyeliner all the time. I'm actually really picky about when I do it. I like the waterline look. And I think it has to do with the fact that I'm really bad at doing it. Okay, sorry, I had to be able to see. So then I'm going to fix my very fluffy eyebrows that need some help. I need to go get these bitches done. You know, fluff the unibrow too. Fuck it. Then I'm going to take my small brush that I used to put my glitter on. I'm gonna rub a little bit of that excess glitter off and go back in with my Fierce by Nature palette. And I'm going to take this tan color and I'm gonna come on the bottom of my lashes at the edge over here. Okay, so now that I add that, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Lashtopia by Bare Minerals and Lash Princess by Essence. These are my favorite mascaras and I really have to focus on this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and skip over this and put them on. Okay, so now that that is on, other than my lip gloss or whatever I choose, that is pretty much it. So I will go ahead and put on the Pretty Fresh Setting Mist by ColourPop. And then I'm going to straighten my hair real quick. Okay, so the lip gloss that I'm going to use today is, I'm actually not even sure what one this is. 06 Bright On by Essence, the Shine Shine Shine. This is a super affordable lip gloss and it gives you a nice brown tint. It'll match perfectly. I thought straight hair would go super nice with this look. Boom. There is the look. That is all. So if you guys like these videos, if you guys want me to do more tutorials, let me know. Like, DM me some colors and I will definitely do more. I love doing makeup tutorials. Give me some topics to talk about too, so I'm not as... Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the windows in the rain is pouring. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we always want you here. Thank you so much, and I will be here tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day.